Hola and welcome to Linditas Kitchen. Bienvenidos mis amigos. Today, guess what I'm making? I'm making my Sizzling Fiesta Chicken. That means you're gonna be sizzling all spring and summer. So let's get started with this recipe. And this is all you're gonna need. 2 pounds, okay? 2 pounds of your chicken breast. Just like that, okay? And I did cut them in half, okay? So you can do that to thin them out a little bit, all right? And what you'll need for this is a real fun. It's so juicy because I put out my fruit, you know, the oranges and limes. You want to leave them out overnight. Don't refrigerate them because you get more juice with when they sit out like that. So we're gonna start out with all the ingredients that we're gonna need for this recipe, and that's a teaspoon of the paprika, smoked paprika. We're gonna toss that in there, and a teaspoon of the cumin, ground cumin. And a half a teaspoon of the red chili, a little chili. And we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of the Lindita salsa mix. And I'm using the mild. You can go ahead and use the hot if you'd like, but I'm gonna go ahead and use the mild for this recipe. And then we're gonna have 2 tablespoons of the oil. And then we're just gonna do a little pinch of the, the salt and pepper. All right, toss it in there just like that. All right, now we're gonna get started on our oranges. So what you wanna do is you wanna squeeze your oranges fresh oranges. Like I said, I left mine out overnight. I like them nice and juicy, and you wanna roll them as well, okay? So we got 2. I'm gonna save this for you, Ian. Get your vitamin C, honey, okay? And then we're gonna do the other half. Nice and citrusy, yes. Perfect. Okay, and then you know what I like to do with this? You don't want the pulp in there. I mean, if you do, it's your call, but I'm gonna go ahead and strain this out. Yeah. Go ahead and use your finger to squeeze it out. Get as much juice as you want, as you can from it. Perfect. Just wipe this down. Now we're gonna do 2 limes in it. Like I said earlier, you just leave them out. And they get nice and juicy. I'm getting pretty good at this. Right, Ian?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. And it's so refreshing. This chicken is going to be a hit at your house. All right? So, perfect. And now we're going to do the cloves. You need 3 cloves, and they're this size. Okay, they're a little big, but I already have one in there. Okay. Squeeze it out. I'm just going to use my little, I'll see. Keep tossing them in there. Oh, I like the mincer, but I was going to use my molcajete, but this makes it a little faster right now for this recipe. Okay, uno más. This is a big one, baby. Come on. It works. Perfect. Got all my juices, everything. We're just gonna mix it all up. Oh, yes. You're gonna love this too. I'm telling you, I'm saying this. Now we're gonna go ahead and put this in a bag. We'll do our little marinade, right? Okay, we're gonna put, and like I mentioned, my chicken, I did cut in between, just to give it, allow the juices to get into the chicken breast, too. So, I'm gonna go like that, stick them all in there. Ee la la. And I have a couple recipes we're going to be doing this with, you know, so just saying. We got to add some flavor right into the bag. Perfect. Here, let me just scoop some of this out like that. Uh-huh. That's what you want to do here. I'm going to close this up before it comes up. Oh, marinate it really nice. Get all the juices in there. And what you want to do for this recipe, seriously, is at least marinate it for 30 minutes, at least. Or you can do it overnight, you know, and pop it in. And I'm going to stick this in the refrigerator, let it chill. Okay, so I'll be right back. Ta-da! I did this overnight. See how beautiful this looks? I know. So now, just to kind of show you here, we're going to just put it out on the tray and show you the nice marinade. Okay. Hey, let's get this party started. Let's head on over, okay? So I have my skillet at a medium heat right now. And I don't have to add any oil because I already included that in the marinade. So we're going to go ahead and just place them in my skillet like this. And they're going to get nice and juicy. We're going to check on them periodically. I'm going to just get some of this juice off. Ooh, hear the sizzle? Nice. I'm going to rinse this off here real quick, okay? So, like a low medium. Perfect. Then we're going to cover this and we'll be checking it 8 to 10 minutes per side. So, and now what I've gone ahead and done is on my skillet. This actually works best with a nice skillet like this, an iron skillet. You want 2 tablespoons. This is for the roasted corn. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the corn here. I've gone ahead and used the 2 can, it's 15-ounce can. And the reason I'm using the can is because I have had some requests from my viewers and people that don't have time. They just don't have time to do the recipe. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to get another. I just want to let you know that I've gone ahead and just drained it really well and pat it down, because that's what you want, because you want to roast this. And this goes a little faster. And if, you know, I have had other recipes on my website, you can check them out for the fresh corn. We're using the canned right now. So I'm going to go ahead and add my corn. And we're going to let this cook up. Get nice and roasted. Like 5 minutes, and we'll be back. We'll check on it, 5 to 8 minutes, but let's do that. And that's also on a medium heat. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. All right, we'll come back and check on it. All right, everything is popping here, yeah. Okay, there's our chicken here. It's time to flip, okay? Oh yeah, perfect. Perfect timing. Okay. Beautiful. All right, let's put the lid on it. I'm gonna turn it down just a tad to to a medium simmer. And my corn is popping like no other over here. So let's just see. This has been what, in about 6 minutes. Like I said, it could also take up to 8, but we're gonna let this pop a little bit. Yeah. Until it's nice and golden brown. It's not quite there. We'll give it 2 more minutes on this. All right. Look how roasted up it looks. Beautiful. It's exactly what you want. And we're gonna turn the heat down on this. Yeah. And we're gonna start adding our ingredients. And what we're gonna use for this is our mayonnaise. We got 1/4 cup of the mayonnaise. You wanna use what your favorite mayonnaise. It doesn't really matter. And then we're going to use 1/3 cup of the crema. You can use sour cream if you don't have that as well. So we're going to go ahead, add that in there. Woo! Now I can really turn it down to like a low. You're going to have 1/2 teaspoon of the chili powder. Yep, there we go. Nice and blended. Here, let me move this out of the way. We're going to use 1/2 cup, and this is the queso fresco. And I just went ahead and just shaved it all off, my little queso. So in other words, grated. You can do that. And then we're going to use 1 lime. And on this, I went ahead and, I rolled it to get it nice and juicy. Again. Woo! Oh, yeah. Perfect. Now I'm going to really mix it here. Yep, whoops. We got a jumper there. We're going to cook this down just for a couple minutes, and then we're going to set it aside. And I'll start on my jalapeno rice. This is so delicious, nice and creamy. Let's check our chicken here. It's doing great. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off and let it self-cook for a couple minutes. Now it's time for our jalapeno rice. What you're going to need is 1 tablespoon of the butter. And I've already melted it down a little bit, jumped on it. And then 1 tablespoon of the olive oil. So we're going to swirl this around. Okay, cover the bottom. Perfect. I'm going to turn up the heat a little bit. All right, now we're going to add our long grain rice, and I've got 1 cup. So we're going to go ahead and mix this up and get it nice and brown. It'll take about 2 to 3 minutes. Beautiful. It's been about 3 minutes, and I do have it on a medium heat. So you want it to be nice and brown. You want to move it around like that. That's when you dance with it. Nice and brown. Okay, perfect. This is the time where you want to add 2 cups. Whoa, it just popped right off. 2 cups of the chicken broth. So that means you have to go in nice and slow. As long as it gets covered, and that's going to cook for about 10 to 15 minutes, we're going to go ahead and add our jalapeno. And I used 1 jalapeno, and I removed all the seeds and the veins in there, so you have a nice clean. Want to toss that in. And a half a teaspoon of your salt, and I'm using my kosher salt for this. Beautiful. Now we're going to add one clove, so minced clove. Remove it as much as you can there. We'll give it another stir. And we're going to cover it. And just let it... No, actually, we're going to bring it to a nice boil. I'm sorry. Let's do that. Bring it to a nice boil. Beautiful. Let it do its thing. Nice boil. And now we're going to go ahead and reduce it to a medium-low heat right now. We're going to cover it. We're going to check back in about 10 to 15 minutes and see how it's doing. Okay? Okay, so it's been about 8 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and add the rest of the rice, the rest of the broth into it. So we'll give it another, that's 2 cups, the remainder, because I added the 2, and then once it kind of dries up a little, you don't want it to dry up too much. So I just want to say you have to keep an eye. Your rice, your range, everything is so different. So just keep an eye on it because you don't want it to burn, obviously. So we'll go ahead and cover it for another 8 to 10 minutes, and it could be longer for you. So just keep an eye on it, okay? All right, let's get back. Whoa, is that ever pretty? It is done. I'm going to take this off for right now. And it took about another 10 minutes, and it still has some nice little, it's still very moist. What I'm going to do is just add about a handful of cilantro in there, just because I like cilantro. You can add whatever. I'm going to fluff it up a little bit like that. Oh, it's so delicious. I did have a little taste test, just so you know. I did. We'll turn this off. That is done. And I'm going to put the lid on it and just leave it cracked a little bit, just like that. My corn, it's done. My chicken, woo, it's ready. So now I'm going to bring it over and we're going to plate it up a couple different ways, a couple different recipes that I have for you, okay? Welcome back, mis amigos. Check this out. Isn't this beautiful? Oh, you're going to sizzle with this recipe. It's my Sizzling Fiesta Chicken. And look at all the different recipes I made with it. You can have it as a meal like this. You can have it in some tacos or a little wrap. And you saw how easy it was to make the jalapeno rice. And I'm going to tell you, it's not spicy at all. Take out the seeds. Oh my gosh, you get the flavor. It's oh, so good. And it just goes so well with the corn too. So for this recipe and many more, just go to linditasalsa.com. Hope you're enjoying all of them. And until next time, mis amigos, salud and enjoy.